Welcome back to the University of Life and Happiness 101. I'd like to clear up one thing, make it very clear right from the outset here, that this course is not about taking Bobby McFerrin's advice and just don't worry, be happy. Well, actually, don't worry. Actually, that is good advice. But the point is, it's not about you jumping straight into happiness. That's not really how it works. If you studied ancient Greeks, if you studied your John Stuart Mills and Viktor Frankl, he said it very well. He said, happiness cannot be pursued. So you're like, what are we doing here, Sean, if it can't be pursued? What's this whole course about? But Victor explains, he continues on, he says, it must ensue. It must follow something else. One must have a reason to be happy. And so that's the point we're going to make in this video, that it's hard to just decide to be happy and be happy. You know, that does work to an extent, actually. But really what you need to do is get out and do the things that make you happy. Get some meaning in your life, some purpose, some enjoyment, some hope, some vision, and all that. Now we come to the next problem, which is the tyranny of emotions, of feelings. Because a lot of you are like, well, I'd love to go travel the world and ask for that raise and ask out that girl or guy, you know, or make a new friend or whatever. But I'm not quite ready because I'm just not happy enough already, and I'm afraid I won't make as good of an impression. And wouldn't it be nice if we could just jump straight into happiness and let everything flow? Because it does, right? I mean, when you're feeling good, you're smiling, you're confident, you've got that aura about you, that glow that just draws people to you. It's very attractive. And it would be nice if you could do that. So what do you do then? Well, you overcome the tyranny of emotions and you just do it anyway. Andrew Solomon said it really well. He said, oppression breeds the power to overthrow it. So if you're fed up enough with not acting and not doing and being and saying and becoming and earning whatever, all those things you want to be and have and do, then just make up your mind, just do it. You know, do it before you're ready, and then do it with the knowledge that as you have that audacity to act and you have some cool experiences or some glorious failures, crash and burn, that you know, at least you'll have some stories to tell. Here's how I used to decide this. Back in high school, we'd go skiing at the resort up the canyon. Great little mountain, and when the lines got really long, then we'd go up to the top and we'd ski around the back side of the mountain and drop down out of bounds, and because that would lead us back to the highway, and one of us would have to drive the van and go pick everyone up. And there were a couple spots along the way where there were some pretty big cliffs. The biggest one we jumped off was probably about 50 feet, only with good conditions, of course, otherwise it hurt to land. You could really mess yourself up, which we did on occasion. But I remember the first few times skiing off that cliff, we called it Mile High, and I was daunted, no doubt about it, and I was afraid, but I wanted to do it, and I would just pause and ask myself this question. I would say, if I jump off this cliff, will I get hurt? And if the answer was no, then the only reason not to do it left was fear. And so I'd kind of switch off my brain, I'd stop thinking about it, and I would just skate toward the edge, fly out, drop off that lip, and the first time my mind just went blank all the way to the bottom. I don't remember anything as I fell through all that 50 plus feet of air and then landed and bounced and tumbled through the snow and came up laughing, screaming, shouting, that was great! Even though I didn't remember a thing, just fear kind of blanked me out, I guess. But it was great. It was good memories. And there have been other times when I've been audacious, and only in rare instances do I regret those things I've done. Use some judgment, you know, don't be an idiot. Do be careful, but live, right? Live intentionally. Choose what you want to do and do that. And don't look back, don't worry too much about your errors. Just go forward. It is an awesome way to live, and you'll find that you are happier and have all those things you want much sooner if you learn to act before you're ready. So hope that makes sense to you. I'd love to hear stories of how this goes, if you put it, or how you've done that in the past. Write them in the comments below. Subscribe for more. Look forward to talking to you next time. Until then, live smart, live happy.